Do you ever suffer from imposter syndrome? The feeling that you're just not good enough no matter how hard you try or what you do, or if you actually do find yourself succeeding, you just don't feel like you deserve the recognition, or you worry that people would find out who I really am and judge me or say I'm a fraud, or do you suffer from lack of confidence, just feeling like I'll never be good enough, or I'll never be as good as everyone else, or I'll never fit in, or I will make a mistake and it's unforgivable, or it just goes on and on and on. This feeling of who I am is just basically not acceptable. Well, my name's Sonia Choquette. I'm here to talk today about how to get over that feeling once and for all. So if you're new to my channel, I'm so excited you're here. And if you like it at the end, hit that like button so you stay tuned. Now, today we are going to talk about chronic self-doubt, chronic second-guessing, never feeling good enough, just never being comfortable in your own skin, feeling safe and secure, welcome, wanted, and part of the circle of life of good energy. Now, the reason for this is because the self that is saying, I'm not good enough, isn't your true self. So it's actually telling you the truth. It's your ego that is constantly feeling so inadequate. Your ego self is not who you really are. Who you really are is this beautiful divine spirit that breathes the life force into your body. It's the energy that puts the light in your eyes, the smile on your face, gives you the power to move, makes your heart beat. That is not your ego. Your ego is the identity that you've acquired through life because you've just had to survive pleasing people who had power over you. Teachers, parents, authority figures, church figures, neighbors, bullying friends. You can put together this sort of composite mechanism called my ego self. And frankly, it isn't good enough. It will never be good enough no matter what you do, because by its nature, it is temporary and will always compare and feel threatened, feel unsafe, feel ungrounded, feel afraid of being exposed. So today we're exposing it. Your ego is a function of your physical body. It's a function that is good and can be helpful in its right place. In Einstein's the one who said it best. Your intuitive spirit is your sacred gift. Now, that's who you really are. And your rational mind, or your ego self, is its faithful servant. It's here to help your spirit, to cooperate, to support, to make your spirit's journey through life as grounded and as positive as possible. But when your ego tries to take over and say, I'm the boss, I'm the one running your life, then you get into trouble, because your ego is a very poor boss. It is not your true self, and it will never, ever, ever convince you otherwise. So can you imagine that the part of you that's saying, I'm not good enough, is your ego? And the way to get over that self-doubt, that insecurity, is to say, true, you're not. But the good news is you don't need to be. You're not the boss. You are not who I really am. Who I really am is my divine spirit, which is beyond good enough. It is sacred. It is miraculous. It is my divine nature. It is my unlimited potential. It is my beautiful, intuitive, creative, loving, connecting spirit that is gorgeous, that is all-powerful, that is capable of creating the life I really want. So the way to get over self-doubt is to recognize the part that's doubting me isn't who I am. That's my ego, and I always call your ego your barking dog, the faithful servant, and that your spirit is who you really are. Because when you live in your spirit, you know what happens? You get over self-doubt forever. You get over imposter syndrome forever, because your spirit isn't an imposter. Your spirit isn't insecure. Your spirit is your divine nature, your true authentic self, and it's peaceful and calm. So how do you know the difference? Well, let's talk about how to connect with your spirit. The first way to do that is to start naming all the things you love, like really love, because that is the way to get familiar with your spirit. For example, I love my family. I love playing with my dog. I love growing a garden. I love painting. I love writing. I love cooking. I love singing. I love travel. I love giving big, real, genuine hugs and not burps on the back. I love being with my friends and having a collaborative dinner where we all work together to make something fun. I love dancing. Notice how when you just start naming what you love, your spirit comes back into your body and really starts to take over. Your eyes come alive, your smile comes back, your energy expands, and your mind and all that critical noise from your barking dog gets quiet. So if you're in a situation where you're feeling full of doubt and insecurity, that's your barking dog faking you out. Start naming out loud while moving around. And if you can, take your keys in your hand, because this gives your subconscious mind a strong signal to go deep and change the programming and start naming what you love. I love, and say for example, you're going to an interview and you're feeling, I'm not good enough, I'm not, whatever, bark, bark, bark. So you start walking around and say, I love nature, I love the sky, I love fresh air, I love the summer, I love shopping, I love eating delicious food, I love laughing at silly comedy shows, I love reading books, I love travel. And as you walk around, start looking at the things right in front of you that you love. I love that beautiful tree right outside my window. I love those gorgeous flowers. I love this plant that keeps growing even if I'm not giving it a lot of attention. I love my children. I love my grandchildren. I love writing. I love my brand new shoes. If you do this for 2 to 3 minutes, that's about all it takes to get that self-doubting tape recorder in your barking dog ego to stop. Breathing between everything you love refreshes and brings your spirit even more into your body, which is it kind of anchors who you really are into your physical cells. And breathe. I love. And then it's like, and I love going to have a conversation with these people who are looking for someone to help them at work. And I can tell them in my interview, I love being helpful. I love doing this kind of work. I would love being here. Because those are the magic words that cure self-doubt. The part of you that loves is your spirit. So the more you connect with I love, you are actually reweaving yourself back into that deep connection with your spirit. That self-doubt, that insecurity, that imposter syndrome isn't saying I love anything. It's usually saying I hate how I feel. I hate that this is happening. I hate who I am. It's just an awful, destructive, noisy, barking dog. So again, take your keys in your hand and just start naming what you love, knowing this is my spirit. This is that divine creative force in me that is here to contribute, to connect, to uplift, to express, to have a good time. And that self doesn't ever feel inadequate, because that self is your God self. That is your divine self. And that is the self that will eliminate self-doubt, insecurity, imposter syndrome forever. So remember, your ego is an imposter. It's never going to convince you it's good enough. It's not. Your spirit is not an imposter. It is your true self. It is your divine life force. It's what makes your heart beat. It makes your brain tick. It gives you the power to exist. So when you connect to your spirit, there is no self-doubt. And the way to do it is through naming what you love. So if you enjoyed this, please make sure you hit that bell, and also come back for more by subscribing. I'm so grateful you showed up, and I send you all my love.